What do you think makes a good marriage?
Uh, I guess mutual respect. And the thing is, see, you might not have the skill sets, uh, matching skill sets. Maybe, I mean, you might not find that okay, you're a good coder. Someone else has to be a good coder as well. But whatever they're doing, if they're doing it with passion, with respect to their job. So if suppose you respect that person for something, and it's not a respect in the sense that you, because you're a spouse, you're respecting someone, but as a third person also you have some respect for someone. It usually lasts the longest actually. So yeah, I mean, I've been married 7 years now, 7 8 years now. I'm followed that principle. It's been good.
So you're saying respect is at the core, like it starts with respect and everything else.
Yeah, yeah, of
Um,
course.
is it fair to say it starts with self-respect and then goes to, or do you think?
Yeah, but too much of self-respect again becomes difficult, right? I mean, if you respect yourself a lot, and and kind of see that okay, the other person is I recently actually tweeted about it, that if suppose your partner is a subset of you, then that relationship will go south. It should be a healthy intersection. They should have their own lives, and you should have your own life, and you intersect in the middle, and where you coexist. But if suppose someone is a subset of you, or you're a subset of someone, it is very difficult for you to survive now.
Is it fair to say that too much self-respect can lead to ego issues? Like
Yeah,
if I have too much self-respect, then I'm not willing to compromise on certain issues. Is that fair?
true. I mean, see, what happens is usually when there is a thing that you know the best, right? And you become a parent in the relationship. That's worse actually. That becomes really bad when you think that okay, it instead of it being a partnership, it becomes like a parent child or a master slave relationship, where you think that you know the best, and the other person just has to follow you, because whatever the other person is saying might not be good enough or valid enough, even though it might be true. Then it's a recipe for disaster actually. It should be a partnership. As I said, it's the Venn diagram. A set B. There's a healthy intersection where you coexist, and then you have your own personalities as well.
Are you surprised that arranged marriages still seem to be leading, in the sense that the leading, what is that, indicator, or the leading choice of people getting married? Like I don't know. I don't know if I would assume, but I would expect there to be dating
Yes.
culture, like
See, arranged marriage these days, I'll tell you, is changed a bit, by the way, especially in metros. Arranged marriage is now uh, is just another channel of finding a partner. Let's say your parents are bringing someone to you, or let's say you go on Shadi.com or a Bharat Matrimony, or you go to Tinder to find someone, right? So these are just channels of partner discovery. I'm talking like a startup, by the way. So it's just you're discovering a partner from various channels, but ultimately you have to make the call. And when I say arranged marriages are different than love marriages, what happens is that once you find that person that you want to see and explore a relationship with, the channel could be anything. The channel could be your parents. The channel could be Bharat Matrimony. Could be Tinder. Could be friends. Could be you met in a metro. But these are channels basically. Now, once the channel throws up a candidate, you then explore that relationship and see that if it's working out or not, right? And so ultimately the call is yours and your partner's itself, right? So once you go in a relationship and it doesn't happen, it spoils, or things go south, then you can't blame the channel. Okay, this channel gave me this candidate, that's why the channel is bad. So
sorry. So just to push back, I'll let you finish your point, but in a sense that, but with the channel of parents, that might not necessarily be true, right?
yeah, true. That comes with a lot of baggage and riders as well, and that comes with a safety net as well, by the way. Parents, when they say that okay, this is a partner, then there's an added pressure, of course. They say okay, I mean, see, we have figured out, now you should marry this person. Those cases are different, by the way. I'm not including those cases where there's a parental pressure and you have no say in the relationship, especially for girls, by the way. Let's say ki, they found a great let's say a government servant, a civil servant, someone, and they're like okay, we found a great match for you as an IS officer, and it's our family respect, and we the families know each other and everything, and now you must marry this person because otherwise it will spoil a lot of other things. Then there's a pressure. I mean, not including those things basically in this. Those are of course toxic, but where parents act as just the channel to give you a candidate. They say, okay, test this out, and I'm seeing in my friends as well. This is usually the case. Parents will suggest stuff to you, and you explore those candidates basically. And when I say there is a safety net as well, because once it comes from parental, let's say, when the parents know each other or something like that, then the cases of recovery of a marriage is easier. If suppose things go south, and let's say you in a fit of a moment you say that okay, I'm going to separate, maybe it can be salvaged. And if the parents know each other, they can talk to each other and counsel you bit better, and it might be saved. And a lot of this is basically ego and anger. So I'm not a big fan of just separating just because you had a whim. I should give some time at least. Yeah, if it's abusive, it's toxic, that's a different thing. But if suppose there's a difference in ideology, maybe it can be saved. Yeah.
Right. So there, I think you made the key assumption that staying together is always like the best choice. I don't know. My thesis has always been, and I've mentioned this before.
Okay.
I really feel like there are not enough divorces happening in India. I feel like a lot of people should get divorced.
Agree. Agree.
Many more people should get divorced. Like the divorce rate is very low, in my
Totally
opinion.
agree. I agree with that. So, as I told you now, when I say that channel, right, where there is coercion, that is still 80% in India. That's still the majority. I mean, very few parents, only the urban and semi-urban parents are there who will just give you an option, say, okay, explore this, and we'll totally respect your choice. If you want to reject or accept, it's your choice. But that is a minority. The majority is still where things are coerced. When parents decide your partner and force you into it to get married. So that's where, because it was not your choice to get married, it won't be your choice to get divorced. You won't be able to.
Another another thing that you mentioned, going back to the weirdness of the platform, or just the way that we engage with it, is so in your example you told me your friends also is the case, that where parents are the main channel and then
Yeah,
discovery
yeah.
happens that way. Like I'm so surprised by that, because like Tinder, if I open my phone and if I go to the app store, I can probably bet, I can put my money that out of the top 10 free apps, I would probably say two are dating apps, or maybe Tinder at the top, and maybe Bumble or some other app. It is surprising to me that even with such apps being used by so many people, parents are like the
No, no.
major
One more
channel.
thing. See, my experiences are a bit dated. This is 10 years ago.
Understood.
My friends who were married 10 years ago. I was married 8 years ago. So that is the time when you need to have that as a key right. That now things have changed, of course. And now I can't assume someone to basically follow my ways, maybe, or follow someone else's ways. Things are different. So yeah, I mean, for anyone who's looking to get married right now, I guess Tinder is the biggest matrimonial app now.
All right. Okay.